if you see, as of right now, what I did was I have now created my drill toolpath. Okay, now I want two more toolpaths. One of them is inside, and then one of them is outside. So we're going to start with the inside one. So what I'm going to do is, so I've done my drill, so we're going to go to drill toolpath. Okay, so just, profile toolpath, excuse me. 2D profile. Just like before in our other little video, we talked about cut depth. Our cut depth is how deep we're going with the material. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back in, and it should have this same toolpath selected. So I don't have, so I'm not using different bits for each piece. So I'm going to go in here, and this is, I left this 150 and this about 50. This is a guideline on where to start. And then you can change it to go faster or slower depending on what material you're using. Now, the next thing we have down is our number of passes. When you have a hard material like plywood, we want to do a lot of passes, and I prefer to do about 8 passes. It takes a while. It takes about 20 minutes per sheet, but it's taking off a little bit of material at a time, so it's going to go around this 8 times. Now, if you were doing aluminum, you might want 30 or 40 passes. If you're doing something soft like PVC or plastic or something like that, you may want 2 passes or 3 passes. So I'm going to stick with 8. And then I'm going to go down, and I can choose my vectors. I can go outside, inside, or on. And you can see it gives you a little picture here. So this is on that piece of that line. This is outside the line, and this is inside the line. Okay, for this one, we want to go inside. All right, coming down. We don't need to do a separate last pass. We don't need to do that. You can do that if you want to. It changes the direction of the last pass just to clean up the edge. Depending on what kind of bit you're using, it could make a big difference, but it's kind of cool. So the next thing down is we have tabs. Now, whenever you have a large piece that you're cutting out, when it falls out, you want to be able to protect it from crashing into the bit or flipping out and getting jammed and breaking a bit. These little pieces in here are going to leave almost nothing. This is going to be a large piece that it leaves in. So I'm going to put a tab in here. Okay, so let's select our vectors. So I'm going to select this. I'm holding Shift again, this, and this. And these are going to be my inside pieces. Now I'm going to go to adding tabs. I like to make them about 0.5 in length, width, this way. And then the thickness, I usually do it 0.1 inches less than the thickness of my material. That's a good rule of thumb. So I'm going to go in. You can have it select your tabs for you, but I don't need that. I'm going to select a tab here, and I'm going to select a tab here just to hold those pieces in place. And I'm going to go down to calculate, okay? And then if you make a mistake, you can always go back into that. You can also change the name, Inside Toolpath, okay? And so if you don't have what you want, you got to go back and make a change. You can do that, all right? So I'm going to go to calculate. I'm going to hit OK. All right, now when I go to reset preview, I'm going to preview all the toolpaths. It drills it, and so see what I mean? This isn't much left over. That doesn't really matter if it hits the bit. This is a big chunk. If that comes loose, it's going to hit the bit and it could break the bit. Okay? So there we go. There's our inside toolpath.